So let's ask ourselves again this question. Am I living to protect myself or to proclaim Jesus? Am I living to promote myself or preach Christ? Paul was using this platform to share the truth. He used simple words and trusted the power of God to bring salvation. He didn't need to water down the message of Jesus. He didn't need to make it more appealing. He didn't need to make excuses for his life in Jesus Christ. So will I live to protect myself or proclaim Jesus? I sincerely hope that this afternoon no one's coming to your house to drag you out and put you in prison. But I can guarantee that if you actually believe in Jesus Christ, you will suffer for his name. Us American Christians have lulled ourselves into a lie to think we can have Christ without suffering, that we can follow Christ without sharing Christ, that we can try to be disciples without making disciples. And I think you can count on this as sure as you can count on suffering. You too have been given a platform by Jesus Christ from which you can and are responsible to share Jesus Christ. Maybe it's your job. Maybe it's your circle of friends. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's your children. Maybe it's your social clubs. Maybe it's other relationships you have. Maybe it's a pen or a keyboard or a microphone or a simple conversation around a table with somebody. Paul wasn't there by accident. He was following the will of the Lord. You are not where you are by accident either. God has ordained your life and the platforms that you have to speak forth his name and to make him known. But if I am so concerned about my life and my agendas and my plans, I doubt I will prioritize sharing Jesus, because I'm going to be far too worried about protecting my plans and my agenda and my identity and my reputation than to promote Jesus Christ. Even right now, let's be honest. Let's be honest. How much of our heads, how much of our hearts, how much of our hands are filled up and getting filled up and scurrying around trying to get all the Christmas festivities in order right now? All the Christmas cards, all the garland, all the lights, all the gifts. We're not even much thinking about telling anyone this season about Jesus Christ. I'm thinking ahead to food, to movies, to the right ambiance and atmosphere, and I'm not thinking too much about sharing Jesus. We're preoccupied with making our houses warm and welcoming that we don't prioritize making a warm welcome for someone to know Jesus Christ. But this whole season, guys, is a platform. Not to make non-Christians put Jesus back into Christmas, but to tell non-Christians who Jesus is in the first place. Instead of sending cards with your year-end wrap-up and your polished family photos, how about you send someone a polished gospel letter? Write a Christmas card to someone telling them what the gospel is and why it matters to you. Maybe it's taking a chance at the office Christmas party or some other function just to let people know how important Jesus is to you. Paul knew he had a calling, so he could stand there with a purpose, free and yet in chains, to say, guys, listen about this Jesus. Sometimes Paul spoke and people listened and responded in faith. Sometimes he spoke and they responded in hatred. Dear one, we're not responsible for how people respond, but we are responsible to just open our mouths and share Jesus from the platform that he has given us. Let's be faithful to do that.